down the road. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. In the future, especially at a later stage in a process. 2. Literally, close to someone, or something else that is located on the same road. 3. To something very dangerous, or harmful. 4. In the future. Examples. 1. I could be feeling something in 1 month, or 3 months down the road. 2. I was asked to gather statistical data, that could be useful down the road. 3. We have an idea to develop a talking book, but a marketable product is a long way down the road. 4. Amy and I grew up down the road from each other, and have been best friends since we were 5 years old. 5. Well, we want to let you know that, a new church is opening just down the road from you. 6. She looked once more at Dean, turned, and began hobbling down the road to her car. 7. Why worry about something that's 90 years down the road? 8. 25 years down the road from independence, we have to start making some new priorities. 9. I do want to get married, but down the road, not anytime soon. 10. The index is designed to predict economic performance, 6 to 9 months down the road. Draw a blank. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To be unsuccessful in finding information, or the answer to a problem. 2. When trying to recall something, to be unable to think of anything at all. 3. To be unable to find something. Examples. 1. He has massive stage fright, and always draws a blank when he is up there. 2. She tried to recall anything she'd learned at the zoo that could help her, but drew a blank. 3. The Prime Minister can give a speech totally unprepared. He never draws a blank on stage. 4. The investigation drew a blank, after the key witness was killed in an accident. 5. When asked to come up with a solution, for the death of liberalism, I draw a blank. 6. My dad was oblivious to it all, I drew a blank when I tried to talk to him about relationships. 7. He asked me for my phone number, and I drew a blank, I just couldn't remember it. 8. Maggie had drawn a blank, none of the bodies were of those she was looking for. 9. Mom, I looked for those Christmas decorations all over the house, but I've drawn a blank. 10. It felt so off, it wasn't me, but when I tried to change it, I drew a blank. 11. When asked if there are any foods to avoid cooking while camping, Jen draws a blank. 12. Yet when I sat down to email him some recommendations, I drew a blank. Draw a line in the sand. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. A boundary beyond which one cannot proceed without consequences. 2. A set limit which has to be adhered to strictly by someone. 3. To establish a figurative boundary that someone, or some groups to cross, or beyond which no further advance, or compromise is accepted. Examples. 1. What better way than this to draw a line in the sand, and demand real change? 2. Once you draw a line in the sand, there are always demands for the line to be moved. 3. To end the occupation, people around the world must mobilize together to draw a line in the sand. 4. His resolve to either get a paid internship, or drop out of school was his line in the sand. 5. She drew a line in the sand, when she asked David to choose between her and his job. 6. I don't mind my roommate being a bit messy, but leaving dirty dishes for me to clean up is where I draw a line in the sand. 7. The government is trying to draw a line in the sand regarding public sector pay rises. 8. And as disappointing as it was, we need to draw a line in the sand and move forward. 9. Todd drew a line in the sand by giving his roommate an ultimatum about his sloppiness. He had to start cleaning up after himself or move out. Drop the ball. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To make a mistake when dealing with something, because you stop thinking carefully, or paying attention. 2. To make a mistake, especially by not taking action, or dealing with something that should have been planned for. 3. To make a mistake, or miss an opportunity at a critical moment. 4. Commit a faux pas or a fault, or make a serious mistake. Examples. 1. I'm so sorry I dropped the ball, and forgot to buy the wine for the dinner party. 2. The government has dropped the ball, he says, and should have seen this coming. 3. Sales points out the government has dropped the ball on fiscal repair. 4. Public schools have dropped the ball when it comes to teaching kids about art and music. 5. With close relationships, it's important to explore when we drop the ball and why. 6. He dropped the ball, and Shirley fell on top of the bag like a piece of ripe bean curd. 7. They dropped the ball with me one time too many, the rapper wrote on Twitter. 8. When Jennifer Waters changes her vacation location, her online agency drops the ball. 9. I grew increasingly depressed, to the point that I was dropping the ball on my life. 10. I feel like I dropped the ball on the legacy that people loved and cherished, he said. 11. It was our job to be like, we are going to pick up where those guys dropped the ball. 12. And yet it seemed as if our intelligence agencies completely dropped the ball. He reported. Eat someone's lunch. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To best someone, to defeat, outwit, or win against someone. 2. To thoroughly defeat, outdo, injure, etc. 3. To outdo or defeat someone, or something very badly. 4. To be much more successful than someone. Examples. 1. The upstart ABC computer company is eating IBM's lunch. 2. I've been practicing really hard, because I refuse to let my nemesis eat my lunch again. 3. The big hardware chain was eating the local store's lunch. 4. The company is tired of the competition eating its lunch. 5. There were other reasons offered by Zuckerberg for the job losses. Zuckerberg did not name the rivals eating Facebook's lunch. 6. No one could imagine that the little girl would eat his lunch in the quiz. 7. Unless we're careful, foreign competitors will eat our lunch. 8. Our competitors are eating our lunch with their aggressive marketing. 9. If we don't innovate, other companies in the industry will be eating our lunch. 10. China is systematically teaching people to speak African languages, but very few Americans can speak them. When it comes to trade with Africa, they're going to eat America's lunch. Feather your own nest. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To make yourself rich, especially by taking unfair advantage of others. 2. If you say that someone is feathering their nest, you mean that they are getting a lot of money out of something, so that they can lead a comfortable life. 3. The idiom used to denote people who love to look only at their interests. 4. Acquire resources or property, especially through taking advantage of others, especially the poor. Examples. 1. These are the same leaders, who divide the people to feather their own nest. 2. John is so much concerned about helping others, instead of feathering his own nest. 3. The governor was supposed to give the money to the poor, instead, she used it to feather her own nest. 4. Philip thinks Fiona's main priority is feathering her own nest. 5. Behind his boss's back, he was also feathering his own nest. 6. With the new family room and expanded kitchen, they seem to have feathered their nest quite comfortably. 7. She is much more interested in doing things for other people than feathering her own nest. 8. He used the classified information to feather his own nest. 9. The mayor seemed to be helping people, but she was really feathering her own nest. 10. He's been feathering his own nest, at the expense of the people he was supposed to help. Fight fire with fire. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. If you fight fire with fire, you deal with people attacking, or threatening you by using similar methods to the ones that they are using. 2. To use the same methods as someone else, in order to defeat them. 3. To fight against and by using the same methods, or weapons that the opponent uses. Examples. 1. In short, the only astute thing to do is to prepare to fight fire with fire. 2. The creators who use the trend to respond to misogyny also fight fire with fire. 3. If he is going to use that harsh tactic against you, you have no choice but to fight fire with fire, she warned me. 4. John kept stealing my sandwich from the fridge, so I've started taking his things, he's left me no choice but to fight fire with fire. I explained. 5. Come on. It's time to fight fire with fire, and start a nasty rumor about Ed, like he did to you. 6. After her opponent had spent several weeks slandering her, the candidate decided to fight fire with fire. 7. When evangelists would come to our house and try to convert us, Mother would fight fire with fire, and try to convert them to her religion. 8. Just once it would be refreshing to see Clinton fight fire with fire. Flash in the pan. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. If you describe an achievement or success as a flash in the pan, you mean that it is unlikely to be repeated, and is not an indication of future achievements or success. 2. Something that happened only once, or for a short time and was not repeated. 3. A sudden success that ends quickly, and is unlikely to happen again. 4. Success which lasts only for a little while, and cannot be achieved again. 5. A showy beginning followed by a disappointing failure. Examples. 1. The invention turned out to be a flash in the pan, and is no longer in demand. 2. He showed great promise during his first few games, but it turned out to be a flash in the pan. 3. The season finale was a flash in the pan, else for the rest of the episodes, we barely even watched it. 4. Unfortunately, the high scores in the exam for my nephew was just a flash in the pan. 5. A Taste of Honey was not a flash in the pan, as critics enjoyed calling it. 6. When I started out, they thought I was going to be a flash in the pan, but I'm still working. 7. He writes, I was terrified of being a flash in the pan. A one-hit wonder. Was I? 8. It is not just going to be a flash in the pan, that we see this huge surge and then it goes away, she said. 9. This is not a flash in the pan. This is not a stunt. This is serious business here, she said. 10. I wanted to build a body of work, and not just be a one and done, a flash in the pan. Fly the coop. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. If you say that someone has flew the coop, you mean that they have left a place, or situation that limits their freedom. 2. To leave suddenly or secretly, to escape or go away. 3. To leave, or escape. 4. To escape, to get out or get away. Examples. 1. Curiously, in the past few months, all those fiscal hawks have flown the coop. 2. His original partner, known as the First Lady, flew the coop from their nest at the US 3. This lecture is so boring. Come on, let's fly and go get a drink somewhere. 4. I'm definitely flying the coop when I turn 18, I can't wait to have a little freedom. 5. Age 21, I felt the time was right to fly the coop, and my parents were okay about it. 6. It should be a proud moment. Junior hair washer grows up, graduates to senior stylist and then flies the coop, to set up in a salon of his or her own. 7. He was never happy living at home with his parents, so as soon as possible he flew the coop, and got his own place. 8. Before you fly the coop, save up a cushion of 3 to 12 months of living expenses. 9. We are a tolerant nation, but our better angels have sometimes flown the coop. 10. If your kids haven't yet flown the coop, consider this your blueprint to avoiding big blunders. Fly by the seat of your pants. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. Going along with things, making decisions as you go. 2. To do something difficult, or dangerous using only your instincts, because you lack the right kind of experience, or information about it. 3. To do something difficult, without the necessary skill or experience. Examples. 1. All of us fly by the seat of our pants, and try to learn quickly from experience. 2. I know my parents think that, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants, ever since I dropped out of college, but I just signed with a record label, and am launching my singing career. 3. It's new system, no one has shown me how to use it, so I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. 4. Pilots who are in fog and using only instruments are flying by the seat of their pants. 5. Sometimes you'll get back, things have changed, so you'll be flying by the seat of your pants for a while. 6. I had no idea how to do it, I was just flying by the seat of my pants. 7. At my job, I see managers who are very on top of things, and have everything under control, and others who seem to be flying by the seat of their pants. 8. Aaron cannot operate the machinery, as he has not been trained to do so, he would just be flying by the seat of his pants. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Meanings, and examples are available in video description.